This is my home, and keeping up on it is a full-time job. Not only do I have to keep up on this house, but I also work a full-time job downtown, and I'm raising a family on top of it. That's why I like using effective compound exercises like the LSit. I don't have a lot of time to spend working out, and you can do LSits anywhere, like in your kitchen while you're making lunch, or at the grocery store when you're putting away your shopping cart. It's really a very versatile exercise and highly effective. But most importantly, you can incorporate it into your workouts, whether you're hanging from your pull-up bar or you're supporting yourself on parallel bars or parallettes, whatever you choose, and you can do it supported on the floor, which is the hardest variation. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to progress through all three. Alright, I have one prerequisite for you. You see, when you're doing LSits, you don't want to let your head sink. That's bad form. Don't do it. Instead, what you want to do is press hard downwards so your head raises up way above your shoulder girdle. That's good form, and it's done by protracting and depressing your scapula. Dips are the most effective exercise for strengthening that scapular protraction and depression. The reason why is that, well, there's protraction at the top of every dip. You see at the top you're pressing down very hard and it's moving your shoulder blades apart. As you can see here, at the top of every dip, my shoulder blades are moving apart, and at the bottom they retract and move together. Protraction and retraction. Protraction, retraction. So when you do your dips, at the top of every movement, press hard downwards and make sure those shoulder blades move apart. But it's a little different with the hanging LSit. When you're hanging from a pull-up bar, you instead want to do scapular retraction. And retraction is done by pulling your shoulder blades together. Now, I found the hanging LSit to be the easiest, so let's start with that. First, you're going to retract your scapula and do an active hang. Hold that the whole time. Next, you want to get into a half tuck, which means you're raising your knees so that your thighs are parallel to the ground. Once you have the half tuck for at least 10 seconds, try the full tuck. The full tuck is when you raise your knees so they're up level with your chest. And once you can do the full tuck for 10 seconds, it's time to start doing LSit negatives. Basically, you're going to get into a full tuck, but then you're going to extend your legs and let them slowly drop down to the ground. Do those over and over until you find that your legs don't drop to the ground. And at that point, you have the hanging LSit. Congratulations. Go ahead, celebrate, do what you gotta do, but then it's time to get right back to work. And you get back to work with the parallel bar LSit. It's actually really similar to the hanging LSit, except first you're gonna protract your scapula the whole time by pressing down. You're going to do the half tuck just like you did with the hanging LSit, then go into a full tuck just like you did, but this time you're going to extend one leg. And once you can extend each for about 10 seconds, you should be able to extend both legs. Then it's time for the floor LSit, which is the hardest variation aside from rings. First thing you're going to notice is if you try to do a half tuck, you can't. It's just not possible. So instead, put your hands on the floor next to your hips and press down so your butt lifts off the floor while your heels are still resting on the ground. Try to build this up to at least 30 seconds, and once you get to that point, you should be able to go into a full tuck. So at that point, you can progress just like you did on the parallel bars, with a full tuck. Once you got 10 seconds, try one leg extended, and once you got 10 seconds of that, both legs extended. And then you got the floor LSit. For a fun little challenge, try lifting yourself up with your legs extended. That is difficult. That's something I'm still working on, as you can see. It's a bit of a struggle, but I'm getting the hang of it. Alright, how about some tips to improve your LSit? First, you're going to want to stretch your hamstrings. Now, obviously, just by looking at my hamstring flexibility, it's nothing to brag about, so you don't have to be that flexible. But I do recommend doing this stretch, using either a resistance band or a towel wrapped around your feet to pull your torso closer to your thighs. Also, you'll want to strengthen your hip flexors, and hanging knee raises are a great way to do that. So hang from a pull-up bar and just lift your knees up towards your chest. This is basically like going in and out of the full tuck, which is one of the progressions in the LSit. Now, if hanging knee raises are too tough for you in the beginning, no worries, you can also do lying leg raises. And what I love about lying leg raises is you can do them anywhere, anytime, pretty much no matter what you're doing. Use these exercises to supplement your workouts and improve hip flexor strength for your LSits. And that, my friends, is the LSit in a nutshell. Once you have the LSit down, start experimenting with it and trying new things, and even try transitioning from the LSit to other movements. And if you want to learn more about these other movements, subscribe to my channel and make sure you tap the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.